Hello and welcome back. In this section and in this video, we're going to get into clear speech. What is clear speech? What does it sound like? Why is it important? So in this video, we're going to specifically talk about what clear speech is and why it's important, right? What it is, why it's important. When you speak clearly, it means that the listener, the person that's listening to you, the hearer, if you will, can understand what you said. They can hear you, they can hear your voice, and they can understand what you've said. Why is this important? Well, we talked about this before when we talked about smooth speech, and really the same thing applies. If you're speaking in a way where people can hear you, which means you're not speaking too low, and I remember there were many years where I spoke too low and people had to ask me to repeat myself or speak up, especially when I would be speaking to audiences. So I learned to project better over the years. So if you're speaking too low, people won't be able to hear you. So they need to be able to hear your voice. Also, people need to be able to understand your voice, to understand the words that are coming from your mouth. So there's hearing and there's understanding. Okay, so when people can hear you and understand you, then they are more likely to pay attention to you, to listen to you, to be willing to take your advice, to act on what you said, right? They'll be more willing to take you seriously when they can hear and they can understand you. So now, let's talk about the characteristics in the next video. We're going to talk about the characteristics of clear speech. But in this video, I just wanted to give you a high-level overview, and that is there are a couple of characteristics that are very important when we talk about clear speech. And one is articulation. Again, we'll go into a little more detail in the next video, but articulation. The second one is speed. The third one is flow. And then the fourth one is structure, how it's actually structured. So we'll look at those. But for now, I just want you to understand that when you are able to speak clearly, it means that the person can hear you, right? The person can hear you. And this may also have to do with, are there a lot of external noises around while you're speaking? So there's a lot of noise. It's difficult. That noise filters out your speech. Or it interferes. People won't be able to actually hear what you're saying. So you want people to hear you volume-wise, making sure there's not a lot of noise around you, or make sure you're speaking loud enough if there is noise where they can hear you. The second one is that they're able to understand you because of the speed in which you're speaking, the words that you're using, how you're articulating those words. So we're going to get into those 4 characteristics in the next video.